A rabbi and a priest walk into a school, and then all of a sudden the school sets on fire. The rabbi and the priest hightail it out of there, and the priest says, "Hey, wait, what about the kids?" And the rabbi says, "Ah, screw those kids." And the priest stops and he says, "Do you think we have time?"
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of After Credits. We're talking about the new Guy Ritchie, fuck you in the balls, fucking insane, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
Is your dick that small that it fits between the pores?
It's a reinvented tale, Barnyard.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Please tell me more.
He grew up on the streets like Dr. Dre, and he learned to be a king. Wow, this was definitely a movie.
Definitely a movie.
I'm sorry,
It was definitely a Guy Ritchie movie.
That's what I was about to go next.
Almost to, like, too far of an extent.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with Guy Ritchie, the director, he directed Snatch, the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr., Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which is super fucking underrated. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Guy Ritchie is known for making extremely stylized movies. There's a lot of quick cuts, there's a lot of odd editing choices. And this movie, he definitely goes pretty crazy with the style.
I don't know if they're ever, like, really that odd of editing choices. It's just, like, for the tone of a movie like Snatch, that really works. It's very fast-paced, and it's all just people, like, kind of chatting with each other, and it's witty dialogue. But in this movie, it feels very... a little ADD. I mean, it's guys fucking swinging around magic swords,
Yeah,
fighting giant rats and elephants.
that's definitely something
The elephants were cool.
Those fuckers were huge.
Yeah, dude.
That's definitely something I wanted to establish, is that, like, this movie has a ton of, like, magic. Like, just from the trailers, I just assumed this was going to be, like, a gritty reboot.
If you've seen the, like, 2004 King Arthur with Clive Owen,
nothing like this.
it's nothing like that.
There's magic, there's giant snakes.
fucking octopus women, man! She's fat and she's gross, like super gross, and she's got all these tentacle things, but the tentacles turn into hot chicks, so that's kind of okay.
Wait, fuck, I thought there were 3 of them. They're not?
No, dude, no, the other 2 chicks were just her tentacles.
What?
She was turning them into hot chicks.
What?
In fact,
I talked to Nate right after the movie. We both enjoyed this movie.
I really enjoyed it. I'm a giant nerd though, like,
Yeah.
I fucking love anime, fantasy video games, and all that shit. If you can go in and turn your brain off and just, you can't, I mean, it's fucking King Arthur, for crying out loud. Directed by Guy Ritchie, starring the blonde hooligan, literal hooligan from fucking Sons of Anarchy. Like, how serious can you take this movie?
Daniel, what'd you think of this movie? I had a fun time with majority of this film. There were some parts silly.
Noah.
Looks so defeated.
I hated this film. Just because you can't take it seriously doesn't excuse it for me. A really made film.
Noah was like in pain, like this whole movie. He was like quivering and he was like shaking. He fell asleep. He just like, he started crying. Before we go any further, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know anything about this movie, scroll to the time code right here. You get a final Scott. Fuck! God damn it, why am I such a fucking retard? God, fuck! If you don't want to know anything else about this movie, scroll to the time code right here. You get our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. This movie starts off with this fuck off, like, Lord of the Rings opening.
Fuck off, Lord of the Rings.
This movie is basically like Lord of the Rings meets Star Wars.
That's what
in
I
the
thought.
style of Snatch.
This movie was produced by Weed.
I just looked over.
That's when I knew that this was gonna be a good movie.
The opening goes on for like 15 minutes, and then it's like Warner Brothers Pictures.
Yeah, it's kind of, and then the credits roll.
That was my first clue. I was like, okay, if we're showing the titles just now with this obnoxious score, then I know what kind of movie I'm watching here.
Guy Ritchie is doing something very risky with that opening, where he's assuming that he's gonna make like 3 of these.
Which he's done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
If this movie bombs, we're not getting a sequel.
Hey guys,
What?
it's not 3. He wants 6.
I will watch 6 of these movies. I absolutely
It's
will.
gonna be
Well,
like Sons of Anarchy.
Didn't Underworld just get sold to somebody? Like, didn't the
Yeah,
rest-
dude, they're doing.
Dude,
no,
this
no,
could
no.
be our new January franchise.
No, dude, I think wasn't it Resident Evil or was it Underworld?
They're
One
the
of those
same-
is getting a
they're the
reboot.
same.
They're rebooting Resident Evil. Resident Evil's
No,
No,
Underworld
no.
has Kate Beckinsale, who is way hotter than Mia Djokovic.
I'll agree with that.
Point
I'll
taken.
agree.
Point taken.
Yeah.
I think that's something we can all agree with right there.
Yeah. You know what I didn't mind? That fuck off fast as shit
Yes.
opening montage.
I really like
When
that.
the kid, like, he's a baby, and then he goes all the way to Charlie Hunnam in like 5 minutes and 300,000 cuts.
That was nice.
I was hoping that they would have like a baby with Charlie Hunnam's face.
Just de-age him, get
I
a
would
picture of
change
him as a
my whole
baby.
opinion of this film if that.
But then it's like you get him and he's like,
See,
I'm fighting my inner demons.
see, but even like cheesy parts like that, I kind of
love it.
I kind of didn't really mind because it fit with the tone of the film.
Yeah.
I think most people, when they think of like a fantasy movie, they think it needs to be like gritty, like Game of Thrones. And I thought this movie was a pretty decent example of the way that you can make a sword and sorcerer film without having to go the HBO route and just saying a lot of fucks and showing me a lot of tits, which is great. I love those things. But
Jude Law was a pretty good villain. Like, he was fun in like a hammy kind of way.
Dude, Jude Law, like, there was one fucking shot when he, like, flares his eyes out and he goes like this.
Oh,
dude. Full Jeremy Irons. Dungeons and Dragons shit.
that was awesome.
Dude, this is Dungeons and Dragons for 2017.
Yeah. No, that's yes.
I kind of like that movie. And I like this movie too. Fuck it, I made my opinion. This is kind of fucking great.
Jude Law is like sitting there talking to the Vikings and he's just like leaning in his throne and just this look on his face.
Okay, I could bullshit on one thing in that scene. He was wearing like a tux. Like there was one of those scenes he was wearing. It was straight up like an Oscars tux. Like it wasn't even medieval in the slightest.
Do you like my V-neck? I got it at Forever 21. It was quite the bargain.
See, that's the thing. Like the costumes in this film look like something they got at Party City. They don't feel like used and organic.
I don't know.
No,
They're
fuck
real.
you! Our safety video, we got costumes at fucking Party City. This
true.
at least they got from H&M.
It's true. We meet the king, King Uther, and King Uther is running Camelot, which
Eric
is basically
You
Eric
fucking know people's names?
yeah.
I'm not even gonna fucking lie. I thought Jude Law's name for half of the movie was Foreskin.
No, Jude Law's name is Vortigern. In this version, he's Uther's brother.
And he betrays Uther, and he does it because he wants power to rule the kingdom, and he makes a deal with the magic people, and
AKA Hamlet, AKA Lion King.
He makes a
Yeah.
deal with Mordred, who in this universe is just an evil mage who's kind of a throwaway character at this point. Uther just jumps through a portal, fucking Excalibur, because God knows Excalibur can do fucking anything, and he
Dude,
just like
Excalibur
slices
had
him.
like the powers of the Ring and Quicksilver. It was like watching Legend of Hercules again,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
kind of love that movie
no,
too.
okay. Here's the thing: Legend of Hercules is the worst movie ever made. This movie,
John Carter is the worst movie ever.
I've never seen John Carter.
JT, bro.
I was worried going in that this was going to be like Legend of Hercules.
Was Legend of Hercules the Dwayne Johnson or the
No.
Kellen Lutz?
The Kellen
That was the
Lutz.
Kellen Lutz one. Kellen Lutz. That's all you need to say. This movie had charisma. Legend of Hercules had no charisma. This movie, I like the stylistic choices that Guy Ritchie made.
Yeah.
That one scene where he's telling the story to David Beckham and
David Beckham is in this movie.
David fucking Beckham's in
David
this
Beckham
shit.
popped up on the screen. I leaned over to Daniel. I was like, "Holy fuck, is that David Beckham?" And Daniel goes, "What?" I was like, "Dude, I think that's David Beckham." And
I
then
was
we wait.
Fuck, it's David Beckham!
When King Arthur goes and the sword is in the stone, that guy that turns around, the really good-looking guy, but he's got the scar on it, on like his eye, and he's like, "Pick the sword up. You put both hands on it. You put your feet, and you just pull." That was David.
I really
Beckham.
hope David Beckham uses the same accent to teach people soccer. You gotta put both your legs together. You gotta go and block the ball this way. Don't use your hands, you fuckface.
Uther grabs his wife and they grab little baby Arthur and they're like trying to run out, but then this giant fucking Dark Souls looking motherfucker comes along.
You look like Shao Kahn with a sword.
Yeah, basically.
With a scythe.
Yeah, a double-ended scythe.
I like the design on on Jude Law's like warriors, like
yeah, I liked all the
mask.
armor.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. I just kind of wish he had like had a shirt. That guy chases him down. The Jude Law's. Well, you find out later it's Jude Law's like alter magic demon ego.
It's Jude Law masked with the power.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It's
he's
Skeletor.
It was like if
Skeletor.
Skeletor and Sauron had a baby, that's what it would
No,
be.
Oh,
this entire movie is fucking He-Man. Every time Charlie Hunnam grabs the fucking sword,
He
he's just there like,
screams.
ah!
I have the
I
power.
could actually see him playing He-Man.
Right?
he's too small.
We're
to play
supposed to
He-Man.
get a Masters of the Universe movie in
I heard
2019.
about
We could recut it like when he picks up the sword. It's like, here we are, born to be
It's
kings.
not Highlander, dumbass. Uther and the Queen are dead, and young Arthur flies off on a ship a la fucking Moses and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and he's found by a bunch of whores, not like Moses and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
No, that's like the Mormon one.
Charlie Hunnam's asleep in bed, he's having a nightmare, he wakes up and then pulls his shirt off, which was weird. I don't know about you guys, I don't normally sleep with the shirt on, but if I do, like, I don't get out of bed just to take it off. It was obviously just so we could get a shot of Charlie Hunnam's back.
You know what was weirder about that though? He takes off the shirt, throws it on the ground, and you hear a splat noise like a mop
Well,
hitting the
see,
floor.
yeah, I
he
think
was sweating
yes.
so goddamn hard.
Yeah, I think
so many buckets of fucking man juice that when it hit the ground, it went.
I like the mage. That's what she's called, right?
Yes.
I hate that character.
Yeah.
That character is such bullshit.
And
you
she
watch
sounded
her.
like a robot.
Good God, that's some of the worst fucking acting I've seen in a long time. And her last name is Frisbee.
Frisbee.
Is she like French or something?
Maybe. I thought I had just heard something wrong. No, her fucking last name is Frisbee.
it's not spelled Frisbee, is it?
I heard she was Swedish.
It's spelled Frisbee, but with a Y at the
Something
end.
European.
Okay, so it's
something
classy.
European.
Frisbee.
Yeah. That'd be like if my name was Yo-Yo, but I like threw a U in there somewhere. Some random ass Chinese dude named George, who George is actually a character in Arthurian mythology. He's gonna fight a dragon later, hopefully, so that'll be kind of cool. Of course, they had to make him Asian, which is racist as shit, but whatever.
Maybe his real name was like George J.
Yeah, Jing Dong Hua.
George.
my God.
I'm not gonna remember that. We'll call you George.
Yeah, like George Dong, and they're like J.O. George.
My name
Fuck
is
it. He's Kung Fu George. That's a line from the movie. Kung Fu George, like fucking Kendrick Lamar on his new record.
One of the guys, fucking Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, who's God, what was his name?
He was
Fat Goose. Goose Fat Bill.
He was the dad in Sing Street.
You totally forgot the point where Roose Bolton was interrogating him, what Charlie Hunnam did to the Vikings.
Oh shit, that's right. That's actually kind of a cool part of the movie.
That was
to meet Arthur.
That was like my favorite part because it was such a cool way to like edit in all this information at the same time.
Yes. So Arthur gets grabbed by one of these guys who the Black Legs is what they call Vortigern soldiers, and Arthur gets grabbed by this guy who apparently knows him.
Black Legs.
Because first he's like. Smaller ranking assholes pop in and Arthur's like, whoa bro, this is the whorehouse, you don't fuck with the whorehouse. And then the Black Leg General comes in, he's like, hey, you don't fuck with the whorehouse, get the fuck out. So they get the fuck out, and then they start interrogating him, and he's like, hey, so I heard you fucked up a Viking earlier. And King Arthur's like, what, me? Nah, that didn't happen. Okay, yeah, it happened, it was pretty badass, let me tell you how it happened. So he tells him how it happened. And then the Black Leg is like, oh yeah, that's a really great story. Too bad that's a buddy of the king. They're doing business right now. They're trading slaves and shit. And Arthur's like, hey dude, not my problem. Black Leg's like, well, yeah, kind of is. They're gonna come take Arthur and like make him an example because you don't fuck with the Black Legs. Or
Nobody expects this Black Legs.
It's like
So
Why am I imagining Chippendale dancers with fucking medieval masks on doing the can?
I really liked when he was talking to Digimon Hansu, and he was like, "Only my dad can talk to me that way, and it's pretty obvious that you're not my dad."
You're not my dad!
They get to where Excalibur is in the stone, and Arthur pushes his way through. He's like, "Get out of the way, guys, I got this shit." And then David Beckham appears, and he starts yelling at him. Might be my biggest criticism of the whole film. If you're gonna have David Beckham in the movie, put a fucking stormtrooper helmet on him, a la Daniel Craig. I don't want to know that goddamn Daniel Craig is in my Star Wars movie. It's just gonna take me out of it. I'm already pissed off that Oscar Isaac is in it. But anyway.
What's your problem with Oscar
I
Isaac?
don't like Oscar Isaac.
Fuck you.
Arthur's buddies, fucking Slapstick and Wetstick, are like, no. One of them is actually named Wetstick. I made Slapstick up, but Wetstick is the actual name of a character. The fat guy who's hanging out with Arthur and Wetstick.
Backlack.
That guy.
Backlack.
Backlack. That's his name.
Are you fucking kidding?
I'm not fucking joking.
How did I not remember
Backlack and Wet Stick.
What the fuck is this movie?
Cuts off his
Blue.
ear,
Hold
and then he starts talking into it.
That was actually a really great moment. Jude Law fucking cuts Backlack's ear off, and then he's like, "I hope you can hear me."
Dude, that was fucking Jeremy Irons like a motherfucker.
I was laughing so
That was
hard.
amazing.
That was pretty
It was
dope.
pretty
I
great.
woke up out of my trance for that.
And then they storm
That
the
person-
castle, and that's.
Is somebody yelling?
Yeah.
I think some chick's like waving at us.
Yeah. I
Hi.
thought I heard her say Leon.
So did I.
She looks pretty in the dark.
I can't see
She
from
looks-
here.
Who is that? I'm gonna go take one for the team. Y'all film me real quick.
Don't be scared. No.
No.
I just want to see what the fuck.
Who the fuck's yelling?
If she's cute, send her over here.
Shut the fuck up.
Hold on, my.
Yeah, don't
like
walk
we're gonna-
up to a strange woman in the dark with an object shaped like a phallus.
Especially if she's cute.
They hid in their car. I think they thought I was there to assault them.
They're coming this way.
Are they?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Wait, are these people that we know?
I don't know. They're driving by. Hi. Okay.
People that we know?
Hi. Hello. Do they flip us off?
I just want to get this in. I hate slow-mo. I fucking hate slow-mo. And I especially hate it when they do slow, and then they do a few cuts, and it goes fast, and then it goes back to slow like in Ghost Rider, and that was all throughout this movie, and I hated it. And I
didn't hate the first Ghost Rider.
Fuck you, Nate. Just
They're
leaving. Okay.
No. That wasn't them. They had a
No,
blue
that
car.
was them actually.
No.
No, this is them is what I'm
This is
saying.
them.
Yeah, this is them is what I'm saying.
Hi.
Oh, it's a bunch of teenage chicks?
Are they hookers?
So if you scroll to the time code, welcome back to our non-spoiler thoughts on King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
It's been a journey.
It has been a journey. Daniel, what are your thoughts on King Arthur, and what would you give this movie out of 6 stars?
There you go.
My thoughts on this review. This is the Legend of the Blue Camry, and it was kind of fucking great. My thoughts on this movie, I had a fucking blast. It's a drunk movie that you kind of just get lost in and enjoy the fact that something this fucking insane exists. This is made by a guy who legitimately does not give a flying fucking shit what you fucking think. And for that, I kind of love it. So, 4.5.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 out of 6. However, were 12-year-old Nate reviewing this movie, probably would have gotten like an 8 out of 6.
I was already expecting this movie to be bad, so that may be why I didn't like it so much. But I liked the main character. He was good. Some of the action scenes were cool. The final fight was pretty exciting, but I hated the editing in this film. I didn't really like the setting, and I hated the characters. I didn't really care for any of them, so I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5.
Wow.
3 out of 6.
3 out of 6. 3 out of 6.
I legitimately enjoyed a lot of it. I thought it was really fun. I thought Guy Ritchie does a great job, like world building stuff. Charlie Hunnam, I thought was really good. It was an interesting twist on the Arthurian mythology. So I am with Nate. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 6.
I thought it was a fun time. I felt like I would have had a better time had I been drinking or on some other substance. with that, I'll give it a 4.5.
Yeah!
It was a fun time, and I feel like it's recommendable if you find the right people to recommend it to. HK verdict of 4.
It's a solid recommendation. I'd say I would actually say this is one you should worth going out and seeing in the theater, because I want to make money so we can see more of these dumb things.
January franchise, let's fucking do it!
No, but seriously, if you can go see it in 3D, go see it in 3D. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So if you like this video, please click the like button down below. Also make sure to subscribe to be the first to know whenever we have new content available. We got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our friend Noah back here is the Cinema Geek on Instagram. Check out all of his reviews. He's got some awesome stuff over there. Fuck you. I didn't even fucking say it yet, you bitch. I've got a blog, liammgaughan.wordpress.com. I review lots of movies there, so you can check that out.
Girl in blue shirt with white polka dots who was at the movies tonight.
So in terms of upcoming reviews, next week we're going to have Alien Covenant. We might have The Wall this weekend. We're going to try to see that, the new John Cena.
We're starting to cover each episode of Raw and SmackDown every Tuesday
WWE.
and Wednesday. So if you're interested in wrestling, feel free to tune in those days. And we've got the new episode of Viewer's Choice, where we review Tommy Wiseau's masterpiece, The Room. That's going to be coming out
You're
next
so sexy,
Thursday.
Lisa.
Hey Mark, how's it going? How's your sex life?
Good doggy. Bye-bye.
Bye, doggy.
I'm not doing
I
that.
just want
Yeah, you are.
everyone to
Yeah,
know
you
that-
fucking are. You said you've never seen The Room before. We're gonna fucking make you watch this. It'll change your fucking life, man.
You are
I've
tearing
never
me
seen it
apart, Lisa.
I thought this movie was a pretty decent example of. I thought this movie was a pretty decent